So this weekend we had the chance to check out the Paragon. I guess beta? Alpha?
Stress test!
Stress test.
What did you think?
Overall, I'm pretty impressed.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to have a MOBA on consoles.
Yes.
I've been saying for a long time that League needs to get their act together and come to consoles.
I didn't think you were going to say act. I thought you were going to say something else. Ooh.
So I came away pretty impressed.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the controls.
Mm-hmm.
I love the upgrade system, how it lights up as you have different things to upgrade. But I had a few qualms,
Okay.
we should say. But I want to hear your impressions.
My impressions. Well, I actually like MOBAs quite a bit, except for the toxicity of like League, for example. So I found that part of this game to be quite good, actually, because no one talked to me and I didn't bother to talk to anyone else. It was great! I love the point of view, a more traditional third-person point of view compared to the top-down bird's-eye point of view that I've seen in a lot of MOBAs that I've played. I found it easier to feel immersed in the world, to feel like the world was big. I bet it's a lot easier to sneak up on people and get sneaked up on.
That was my problem, though. The world just felt so huge.
Awesome!
It was awesome, but at the same time, because I couldn't find a way to get back to my home base fast.
But you had super fast travel!
Yeah, but it always just felt like my home base was at the point of being invaded in any moment, just because it would take me forever to get from one side of the map to the other.
Was there any special ability you could equip, like in League, to go back quickly?
I couldn't find an ability to go back to the home base.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a card for the towers to be able to jump to towers, and that would help.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that allows you to jump back to the home base. But it's an ability you have to equip later as a card and not just there from the beginning. It's like hitting the B button.
Well, it adds another level of difficulty and things to get used to. I really liked the characters. I played as Gideon, who was a caster, and Sparrow, who was a ranger. For those of you who play League, Gideon is LeBlanc, and Sparrow is Ashe. I mean, they're not exactly the same, but they're really close. I mean, Gideon has an attack that's like ethereal chains. He also has a teleport attack that's a lot like LeBlanc's attack. I mean, they're really similar. But, I mean, what can you do? Like, MOBA has been, like, huge for a long time. There are tons of MOBAs, there are tons of types of characters. Say at this point it's almost impossible to not be similar in some ways. It's probably on purpose that they're similar to get people to be like, oh, I'm really familiar with the way this character plays, I'll play as so-and-so. So in the actual website down below, if you're on the site, you can see a chart I made of how similar their attacks are.
She loves her charts.
Love charts. Anyway, it's neither here nor there. I found it refreshing, even though they're really similar. They're also different enough, and the graphics are awesome, which is another problem I have with some MOBAs. I don't know how that will affect, because there's PC players too. And I know that the graphics tend to be on the lower side for games in general on PC. This is gonna sound bad, it's not what I mean. If the graphics are not as good, more people can play.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
WoW, for example, League, for example, the graphics aren't amazing because they couldn't get more players, versus something like Final Fantasy XIV where the graphics can be amazing and they could still get a lot of players, but it seems like MOBAs maybe
Especially
tend towards the lower end.
when you go for the free-to-play realm.
Exactly.
You're trying to get mass appeal. It's like a mobile game where you want it in the hands of everyone.
Yeah. So I found that really impressive. I don't know how it will affect, PC players who are playing with lower settings.
It was cool being able to actually play with PC players at the same time.
Yes, that was awesome. Like us, we had only one PS4 for the longest time. I didn't really want to, but the first one broke and we wanted to save PT, so we replaced the hard drive, all that good stuff. We have two now, we don't have 2 TVs, so we still can't play, but we have a computer and a PS4, so we could still play together and not have to own 2 consoles, which is great, because even though we love co-op, it's a little ridiculous to need 2 of the same console to play together, in my opinion.
It's neither here nor there. Back to the game. So yeah, the map size is what just... I always felt vulnerable.
That's good.
It is good, but it's also bad. Especially because without having a way to communicate via... I mean, if I had a team, I could have been on party chat, something like that. But it takes a little bit. I mean, the communication's awesome for what it is. Like, save this tower, attack that tower. It's pretty fast. But just, I'm so used to communicating with a team in a MOBA that it was hard for me to stake out and leave the precious base or my lane to go gank someone, because I was like, it'll take me a while to get all the way over there. And then my tower, do I leave it defenseless? What do I do?
You bring up an interesting thing regarding communication. It's kind of off topic, but kind of in that realm. There was somebody on my team who didn't do anything. I don't know if they went AFK or if something got messed up or what happened, but I was, it's something you can do to report someone who's AFK. It's not that I want to be a jerk, it's just you're doing a beta type thing, you want to test out features. Actually couldn't report that. It looks like you can, but you have to type in the character's name.
And you can't do that as you're playing.
You can't do that as you're playing, and then even if you do it, it's still, I hit submit or whatever, and it still wouldn't take it. So definitely some things that still need to get worked out.
But, I mean, this game is so early on. They plan on having their open beta later this summer, so
yep.
We're seeing the initial stages.
And the initial stages are crazy impressive, in my opinion.
I'm excited to jump back in this weekend.
Absolutely. Second weekend stress test coming right up.
So we'll have more impressions from us gaming this weekend. Make sure you check out our website, crossfirecoop.com.
See ya.